continue on with what we did earlier. I'm just going to restart, obviously, because nobody was here earlier. I do apologize if I gave date, if I gave that last title a bad name for a stream. This one's just going to be named Wednesday because the other one didn't seem too right. I apologize about that. We got 2 watching now already. I can't believe it. We just started here. So let me get out my notifications here. I'll put my headphones on here in a little bit. Yeah. He's too busy, so we'll not disturb him. He never really joins anyways. Not saying any names though for privacy reasons. So first of all, we're going to go to, there we go. So where we're going to go first, I'm going to put my phone right here actually. So what I want to do first is I want to show you guys a childhood elevator of mine that I really love in Toronto. So it's right here, and I think I showed it in the previous stream, but I'm going to show it again from January the 14th, when I was there about 3 months ago. So here, I said earlier, we have an EMCO, which stands for Elevator Maintenance Company, and it was installed in 1979, and my one grandma used to live in this building. So I rode this elevator a lot as a kid. I even have home videos of me riding this elevator. And, it's pretty crazy, but I love this elevator. And like I said, it hasn't changed ever since, 2004, except for the tile, the ICU beam and the door edge, safety edge, the metal bumper, the sensor in the door. That's the only thing they did in 2009 to the door operator was replace the safety edge with the door edge, also known as an ICU beam. So yeah. And also Miller had this first when it was first installed, and then Schindler got it, and then now Kone has it. 3 different elevator companies are maintaining this. Oh, hey, NTX Sirens. Put my headphones on here. So NTX Sirens, this is an old EMCO hydraulic, and if you don't know what EMCO stands for Elevator Maintenance Company. Okay, so there's your call button. Black GAL. This is a childhood elevator, like I said. Hasn't changed since 2004, except for the tile inside. It used to be carpet, and the ICU beam was installed that replaced the safety edge, which was that metal bumper. There's the front of it on 1R, the outside of it, or front of it, whatever you want to call it. I'm mixed up tonight, so please bear with me. There's your car station with the number 2 lit up. It's a 4-story hydraulic elevator. It runs really good, It's a dry-powered hydraulic. It has one of the best motor startups ever heard for an old EMCO elevator. There's your call station on 2. That button used to be black JL, of course, but then Kone replaced it with a white JL button. Probably the other one fell off or cracked. I don't know what happened, but that's something else that happened too. They replaced the second floor call station's down button and the second floor button inside. There's what it looks like on the second floor. That's the front of it. It has a front and rear opening on it. See, there's your call station with the up button lit up. I'll show you the third floor call station too. See, there's the back of it. That's where the rear door opens up into. And there's your ICU beam right there. That used to be a metal bumper or a safety edge, but then Schindler, because they had this back in 2009 when they did this, put on that ICU beam right there. That's also called a door edge right there. Okay. Let me go ahead and reset the screen, everyone. Oh, really? Did it sound like it was buzzing when it was moving? Did it sound rough or what? NTX sirens. There's your car station, by the way. See? And I was going to enlarge it, and it wouldn't look so, you know, wouldn't show the whole thing. So you got 1R, 2, 3, and 4. They don't have a 1R thing for, you know, a braille. There's your indicator inside. No smoking. There's the front of it. And then textures. That's what the 4th floor call station looks like. That 4th floor call station was obviously replaced too. See, some things are replaced on it, but still. I mean, the pump unit's still original, the valve and everything. Nothing else has really been replaced. Oh, yeah. Oh, I would say so too in NTX Sun. That was probably a death trap. This elevator right here, I don't think it ever really does that. It's maintained pretty well, even though it's maintained by Kone. It looks like a black GAL cap right there, and they have a black GAL right there. Maybe the cap fell off on the 4th floor and they had to put that one on. But yeah, some things have been replaced on it. This is the 3rd floor call station right here. Nothing's changed on this at all. So you have your down, you have your up. That's what the 2nd floor call station used to look like too. See, EMCO elevator. EMCO keeps rumbling too. EMCO stands for Elevator Maintenance Company. NTX Sirens. Did you know that already? There's your 1R button. That's what it looks like when it's going up. The indicator that thing's letting up. No smoking. It is a elder. It's like for a home for the elderly. Wonder what's behind that door right there. Why is there a jawbox lock right there? That's right. Behind that door keeps this resident up at night from sleeping. Because this thing has one of the best and loudest startups ever on a hydraulic elevator. Probably one of the best hydraulic motors I've ever heard in my life. It's got 2 vents in there to keep air circulating in there, probably, so that the machine won't burn up in the future. Like, you know, that's why those vents are there. It has to be cold in there, so the oil, I mean, at room temperature, so the oil can stay healthy and not like burn up or something like that and have a fire in there. That'd be bad. But I wonder how that resident sleeps at night or relaxes with that motor right next door to her room. There's the elevator right there. I used to ride on one of those carts when I was little. It's been a long time now. Yeah, the cart. Yep. Got your fire alarm in the back room. There's your call button on 1R. That door was replaced, obviously, because it's not a. Because I remember I drove by and I saw them replacing it. You got new locks on it now, and they also changed the. They also put that thing to keep, to keep people from turning the lights off in that back room because it was really dark in there. They probably changed the locks on the doors because they were because the other door, I mean, they probably replaced the door because maybe, and I'm not saying that this happened, maybe there was somebody who, you know, maybe or no, I'm mixed up here. Maybe the door, like the doorknob, like the lock on the door broke, and the door was like, you could open a door without using a key, and friggin' that would attract burglars. So that's why they probably had to replace that whole door there. There's my selfie with the elevator. Yeah. And there was a light switch there, but they covered it up. There's a call station. It does have fire service. There's your, oh, what's this mean? Emergency calls after 5 p.m. I don't get it. Well, it says emergency calls after 5 p.m. What if someone has an emergency before 5 p.m. now? I mean, what are they going to do? Like, are they just going to sit and have to wait until 5 p.m. to get help? Or are they just going to have enough sense to call 911? Like, I don't get that sign. Honestly, I don't. But we're not worried about that right now. There's the indicator on the front of the elevator on 1. It has a no smoking sign. Smoking is prohibited in this building, as you can see right there. Texture, that's what the elevator lobby looks like on 1. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, so that's the lobby right there. There's a garbage room in there. That's where the machine room is in the back door, where the elevator opens up onto. And of course, there's your elevator right there. There's a fire alarm box. There's a better view from where you come in through the door. You come in through the door, and, right through the door, you'll see the elevator, of course. Like, when you come to the door from the outside of the building, you'll walk into where you push a buzzer, and the elevator is right here. You guys know what I mean? You can actually see it through the window. And that's the machine room right there, right for that door. That first door is where the machine room is. You can actually hear the elevator machine room from out here, literally, because it's so loud. There's the door right there, like I said before. You walk in through that door right there, and you have your buzzer right there, and straight ahead you can actually see the elevator, from when you walk inside that door. But you can't get in now without being buzzed in or let in from somebody, because it is a private building. I did have permission to be here, in case you're wondering how I got in. I'm not going to say how, though. And that's what the building looks like on the outside. Built in 1979. Okay, and then there's another building across the street as well from this one. Okay, and that building over there is a little older than this one right here. It opened in 1967, so obviously it's going to have an old elevator, right? Well, only half is true. Because look at this thing. That's a FedEx Freight. That's a Pepsi. While we're at it, here's a tall building in East Liverpool. You can see these are armor elevators, but unfortunately, that's right. Look what someone did to them. Ooh, yeah, of course. Old armors and they got ruined with this piece of crap. Wow, an 11-story armor in East Liverpool, the tallest building in East Liverpool, and they have an armor and it was ruined? Oh man, what next? Outside of this mod. What could be worse than this mod right here? Well, here's the building across the street from the other building. It's a 1979 IMCO. Oh man, this is a 1967 IMCO as well, but look what they did to it. It's like that tall building in East Liverpool. This elevator is modernized as well. But it's not an armor, though, and it's hydraulic. And those elevators with traction, obviously. So there's your call station. And then here's what it looks like on free. This is actually, like I said before, oh, hello, elevator fan. Elevator fan. This is a 1967 IMCO, but unfortunately, in 1998, it was modernized. Well, it was half modernized, like I said earlier in the previous live stream. And it was also repainted too, 2 times, because it used to be black, like a really dark black color, and then they painted it a lightish tan color, and then they painted it to where it is now, like a darkish brown color. They've actually painted it twice. There's a fire alarm right there. That's obviously not original. Along with that, now look at this. This is a 1967 IMCO machine. This is a hydraulic elevator, and that machine is all original. So this elevator wasn't that bad of a mod. All they do is just do a little slap-on mod or a half-on mod or a half mod, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, exactly. It was modded, elevator fan, but most of you guys call it a slap-on mod. And some elevator technicians call elevators whenever they just have like, okay, so this one has the original tank unit and everything else, valve, pipelining, that sort of thing. The only thing they did was just put on a new car station inside and update the call stations as well and add fire service to it. That was about 20 years ago But here are your fixtures. It's a three-story IMCO hydraulic, a dry-powered IMCO, I should say, 25,000 pounds. This is a three-story IMCO. Yes, fire service was added on this when they modernized this in 1998. They didn't do too much. All they did was, like I said, add the car station. The door safety edge was replaced with the door edge. This was added on, but it doesn't work. And the call stations were updated as well. That's what the old indicator used to be. This used to be an IMCO one time. And it still is. It still is an IMCO. It still is. And it's maintained by Thyssen. No, it's a dry-powered hydraulic. Submersible is like the elevator just quickly, or no, it could be like, okay, the Mall at Robinson has a lot of submersible hydraulics, like Sears, for example. That's submersible. A dry-powered is like this elevator right here. This is a 1967 IMCO. Okay, that's dry-powered. Do you understand the difference now, elevator fan? Submersible is like a newer pump unit, and a dry-powered is like, if it's not, like, how the Mall at Robinson hydraulic motors sound, like in JCPenney, Sears, and Macy's. That's the submersible. The glass elevator there in the center is a dry-powered hydraulic. Yes, that's exactly right. Most of them are submersible these days. This one is a half original 1967 IMCO. So therefore, it has a 1967 IMCO hydraulic tank unit on it. You want to see the machine for it? I had permission to see it, by the way, so don't give me a crap. It's behind a gate in the maintenance room. See it? That's your hydraulic tank unit right there. It looks like a box, but it's actually a box hydraulic tank. See that? That's your hydraulic tank right there. The valve's all the way down in there, along with the motor. Now, an overload, it's like what makes it go up. That's what makes the motor run up, the overload. I know, it's awesome. You can tell that thing's original right there. Anyways, continuing on with the rest of it. There's your cab view. That was added on for sure. Oh yeah, they also added this too, about a couple years ago. There's your lantern. It does not work. Textures. This was added on as well. ThyssenKrupp added this on. This phone, this one probably didn't. This one probably wasn't functioning, and so ThyssenKrupp had to add this one on. You know, this phone right here. So they did quite a few things to this elevator. I mean, it's still it's half original with grades to it in the 90s. This was added on about a couple years ago. Not when they did the lot. That's the name of the building. In there. Like again, like I said, there's where the old indicator used to be. But obviously it's still there. I mean, it's still there. Sorry, the stream is cutting up a bit. The indicator plate's still there, but the numbers aren't there on it anymore. See, ThyssenKrupp? It's 50 feet per minute. See, there's a ThyssenKrupp truck right there, and then that's a 3-story building right there. That's a Dodge truck, by the way, that ThyssenKrupp truck. It's not Ford, it's Dodge. Most of the ThyssenKrupp technicians are getting those trucks these days. They're getting rid of their Ford vans and are getting those Dodge pickup trucks. As you see in that photo right there. Probably because of the new logo and the change of ThyssenKrupp, you know. It had a safety test about a couple months ago. ThyssenKrupp had this elevator for about maybe 20, so maybe about, as long as ThyssenKrupp's been around, that's how long they've had this elevator. So I'd say maybe 16 to 17 years they've had this elevator here, or 18 maybe, I don't know. But yeah. We were behind a ThyssenKrupp truck on the way to Steubenville. So yeah, that's Michael Myers. Now we're going to head to Steubenville. The first building I want to show is the John F. Kennedy building. The building is probably named after John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. If you're wondering. Yep. Because it was built like maybe, yeah, it was actually built 2 years after his assassination. It's kind of funny, in a way, that it was built 2 years after John F. Kennedy's assassination in Dallas, Texas. But here's the building right here. Now, are the elevators going to be original or are they going to be modernized? And yes, they are going to be traction, overhead traction. Well, I've written about a couple. I've written a couple of those actually. I've written one. There's actually one in New Cumberland, and there's one in Boardman. I know of one in Southwest Village, but I haven't written it yet. They have a TAC 50 at Trinity West in the Heart Center. They have actually 4 of them. So there's an ambulance outside. We're coming down this way. Listen. After they pass, we'll look at this elevator. You guys hear the sirens? It's crazy how things happen these days with people, you know. Barbara Bush just died yesterday. She was the first lady, you know, and she died yesterday. It was sad. That was George W. Bush's wife. Many things are happening anymore to people these days. It's sad, but you know, it's been life's been crazy lately, you know. And something we can't really control what happens to people, you know. We just have to live with it. It's going to happen now and then, you know. Sure, it may be bad, but you got to think of it because it happens to other people too, right? So, yeah. But back to what I was saying about the John F. Kennedy building. So that was the exterior of it. And right here, we have some general elevators. So there's your call station. That's what the old call station used to be. There's the front of it. That's the big one right there, and that's the small one. There's two of them. So there's the front of it. I mean, the back of the big one. There's your lantern. That was obviously replaces. It never will change. The safety edge is replaced as a door edge. That is GAO. A plane malfunction. Yes, Southwest Airlines. Yeah, that was pretty. It was pretty. How do I put it? Pretty crazy. That is GAO. Yes, but it actually has motion controls on it, and it has It has motion controls on it, and yeah. But ThyssenKrupp still maintains it though. They have all the Jefferson County Jefferson County Metropolitan Housing Authorities, ThyssenKrupp. Well, except for one, and that's Jefferson Place. Otis has that one. So this one is a General Elevator. Actually, it used to be an Otis, and then General Elevator updated everything else on it. They put on motion controls. They new governors. Definitely new controllers, but I think the machines are still original though from there. First installed in 1965. They're Otis, but General Elevator did the model on those in like the 80s or the 90s, way before the ThyssenKrupp technicians' time there. Oh, really? Wow, that's cool. You've been inside a Boeing 737. I've never been on an actual aircraft before, but I do have plans to do that this summer. To go to Orlando, but I don't know when it's going to be though. I'll definitely do a stream before time though, after. But let's not get off on topic on what we're talking about here on the stream tonight. We're talking about housing authorities and their elevators. So let's go back to this one. So this is the John F. Kennedy building. This is a 10-story traction elevator. It's a notice that General Elevator actually updated. This one has a front and rear opening, and the other one doesn't have a front and rear opening. No. So the big one has a front and rear opening, and the small one doesn't have a front and rear opening. It just has a front opening. So there's the front of the big one, and there is the back of the big one right there, where the rear door opens up onto. You can tell that the ceiling tiles are missing in this thing. There's the cab. See, General Elevator. That's who did the mod on them. Oh, hey, Alex. So Alex, you missed the 1967 EAMCO that was modded out and the 1979 EAMCO that was left unmodded. You have to kind of go back to the first part of the live stream to see those things. Right now, Alex, we were at some building called the John F. Kennedy building, and they have Otis elevators there, a General Elevator modded out in like I would say the late 80s, early 90s. They put on they have motion controls, they have new controllers, which is probably the motion control. That is motion control. The controllers, yeah. The machines are still original. The door equipment was replaced, and yeah, it's been modded out before the ThyssenKrupp signed by General Elevator, but it's an Otis, so not a General, it's an Otis. That's who did the mod. So you're going up to 9. Here's your certificate. That's where the old indicator used to be when it was an Otis before mod. Oh, and it did some work in 2011 too, but I don't know what it was. We'll look it up. There's a big security camera in there. That's the other part of the cab. And that's the cab without where the doors are, and there's no security camera there. Going down from 9, here's your call button. These are overhead tractions. These are overhead tractions, not hydraulic. But you know what's funny though? There is actually an elevator in Atlanta that's actually a 13-story hydraulic at the Whiskey Blue, and that's a Minnesota elevator. Maybe 10 or 11 years old at least. I do have plans to ride that thing this year, Station Square, yeah. And film the Sheraton too. Yeah, it's probably original, you know. These ones here are not original. That's who actually did them on. General Elevator did these elevators right here. But they didn't, you know, but they weren't always General. They were Otis before they did the mod. And they still are Otis today too, but they have General equipment on it now, you know, like motion controls, you know, that sort of thing. So there's your call station on the 9th floor. So here's what they did to the elevators in 2011. What they did was they updated the existing controllers for fire recall with an automatic generator. So yeah, 1965 by Otis Elevator Company. So the motion controllers were not updated in the 90s or the late 80s. They were updated by ThyssenKrupp in 2011. General Elevator updated the car station, redid the cab, the call stations, and the I don't know if they replaced the machine or not, but yeah. So ThyssenKrupp did the motion controllers and the fire service, and General Elevator did the actual mod on these things in like the late 80s, early 90s. Maybe in the mid 80s, who knows? That's what the original call station used to be. The plate's still there, but the button's not there. This is the elevator looks like up on 9. And there are the 2 elevators right there. And right for that door is how you get to the machine room. Because these are overhead. And no, I did not go up in there because it was locked. And plus, I'd get killed up there and arrested, probably. See, 9th floor. There's an Otis trash chute. And this building was probably named after John F. Kennedy, you know? Because it was built 2 years after he was assassinated. See, that's what the front elevator looks like. This one is smaller than the other one, as you can tell. It has no rear door. It only has 2 wood panels on the side. And the capacity on this one, see, there's no rear door in this one. The capacity on this one is, in front of it, see, General Elevator. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. General Elevator. And this one has a capacity of 25,000 pounds. Right? So, oh yeah, the 13-story hydraulic elevator at Whiskey Blue. Yeah, that thing is pretty neat because it's 13 stories. It could have been easily made traction, but I don't know why they made it high hydraulic. But it's not even that old, too. It's about, would you say maybe 10 or 11 years old, too, Alex, like I said before? What do you mean? What kind of website? Elevator fan. Is there one for Pittsburgh? What are you talking about? What was the capacity on the other one again? That's a call station on the first one, the front. What was the capacity for the other elevator again? This one's 25,000 pounds. Should say on a certificate here. Oh. Yeah, this one has a capacity. Oh, yeah, this one has the same capacity, but it's just a little bigger than the other one. That's what the that's the elevator emergency power. That's what the elevator indicator. Huh? Oh, that's elevator lookup Ohio. Like here. Just type this in. Elevator lookup. And you'll get this. After you type it up and click and you search it up, you'll get this. And you just click on this one, and then all you do is just type in the city name, like Steubenville. Don't type in Pittsburgh because it doesn't give anything outside of Pittsburgh. It only gives things in Ohio. And please be aware, it does not show records in Cincinnati or Cleveland, okay? I don't know why, but it doesn't show any records in Cincinnati or Cleveland. See, it says it doesn't list any information from jurisdictions inside the city limits of Cincinnati and Cleveland. I'll show you guys how to do that some other time, like how to search up elevator records. But for right now, let's just stick to what we are doing so we can stay on time here. That's the big elevator looks like up on 1, and that's the little elevator on 1 right there. That's the rear side of the big elevator on 1R. And there it is. Oh, that's just the back of it. But, yeah, there are your buttons again. Look at all those floors. There's only 10 stories. Actually, 11, counting the penthouse. Note that it's not a freight elevator. There's only 2 elevators here. Yeah. Like, one elevator is big, which is that little one right there. And then the elevator at the rear door, or no, the one elevator on the left is small, and the one on the right is a little bigger than the one on the left. That don't sound right. So I do apologize if I sound a little bit, if I'm sounding a little confusing tonight, but I'm just, I'm just worried about the views and how many people are watching it, that sort of thing. I'll try to get everything together here after I show you guys what's right next door to this building. Yeah, it's quite interesting, I know. Oh, here's the interlock. That's definitely a GAO interlock right there, I'd say. So, yeah. All right. So that's the John F. Kennedy building right there. And right next to the building is the Bridgeview Apartments. And I wonder what they have in there. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want you guys to see what they have in there. I think you guys will like it. It's pretty cool. There's actually 2 things in this building, but they're not on the same. They're on the same tower though. Look what they have in this building right here. Look what the Bridgeview Apartments has. You may think, oh, we saw a mod in 1967 EVCO, and we saw a mod in 1965 Otis that General did out. And we only saw one 1979 S. Whoa, what's this? You may be wondering. Well, right here is the Bridgeview Apartments. And what you are seeing is a stunning 1972, my bad, Canton hydraulic. Look at this thing. This thing is all original to the building. I mean, everything's original on it. Tank unit, safety edge, cab, fixtures, door equipment. Oh yeah, the hydraulic valve was replaced in 2006 on this one right here. But they used the same one, so it wasn't really that big of a replacement. It was just, just they took out the old one and they put in an existing one. That was just like the other one. There's no 5 stories here. There's only 4. They're probably going to originally have 5 stories in this building, but they decided they only have 4. Ugh, this used to be a light gray, but then they painted it a dark beige blue color. I don't know why, but it looks really ugly. There's the interior. As you can see, when they inspect this thing, they're probably going to say some ceiling tiles are missing and are going to have to be reinstalled. There's a security camera in there. Cab's original. Yes, there is a no smoking sign. Well, people do smoke in the building. They are allowed to smoke like inside like the hallways or in their apartment, but they're not allowed to like smoke in the elevator though, probably because it's such a small area. Yes, that is a 1972 Canton hydraulic. I know it kind of looks like a Dominion, but it's not. It's actually a Southeastern elevator, to be honest. And I would like to explain something funny to you guys about these elevators. So it is really awesome, Alex. You're right. There's two of them actually. This is the South Tower elevator. The North Tower elevator is on the other side of the building. But when they do the inspection on these things, or if they already did, they will or have probably said that these ceiling tiles need to be put in, right? These ceiling tiles need to be put in. Some light bulbs need to be changed out, and it needs to be to where it meets state standards because it's supposed to have ceiling tiles inside of it. Or maybe it doesn't need ceiling tiles in it. I don't know. But, oh, I see. Maybe they could take out this ceiling tile right here and just keep the existing lights up on the ceiling right there. I think it'd look good without ceiling tiles in a way, because I think that the ceiling tiles are making it look really dark, and some people don't like to ride in dark elevators, they like to ride in bright elevators. But there's your car station inside the South Tower elevator. That would have been the 5th floor if it would have been, 5 stories, but it wasn't made 5 stories. It was only made 4, as you can see. Canton Elevator. It's a company from Canton, Ohio. There's ones without them being lit up. It's hard to explain the ceiling tile situation, but I don't know if it's supposed to meet state standard or not to have ceiling tiles. But and again, I am acting a little bit funny tonight, so please forgive me how I might have a speech with you guys tonight here. I enjoy doing this with you guys, and I am going to continue to do it with you on Friday. But it might sound a little funny though tonight because I'm just not. Probably because of how it's so bright in my room right now. Because I had to change the light bulb out of my lamp. So yeah, I just feel a little funny tonight. But anyways, back to this. So there's no 5th floor. There's only 4 floors. That would have probably been the original plan. We got 4 watching now to extend the building to raise the building up 1 more floor. But that never happened. So there's only 4 floors in this building. No smoking in the elevator means that if you're allowed to smoke in the hallways and in your apartment, right? But you're not allowed to smoke inside the elevators because if you throw down a cigarette, even after even after you've used it up and it's not active anymore, if you throw it inside the elevator, or down the elevator shaft, that could be dangerous because maybe you have used it, or maybe some of it is still it's really hot. I think cigars are really hot, and it might affect it can affect certain things. I don't know how to explain it, but smoking in an elevator. Oh, also, it's a really small space too. Yeah, it's like if you're riding with somebody else in the elevator, and you smoke, and yeah, I know. You can't chat for long. You're in the Oliver building right now. That's cool. You riding elevators? No? we're just looking at a 1972 Canton hydraulic here, the Bridgeview Towers. And we're talking about, some, like, we don't know if there should be ceiling tiles in there or not, or, we don't know if it's so, like, with your girlfriend having dinner. So we're talking about that, if it should have ceiling tiles or not. Say standard, we're talking about. Yeah, most elevators should have no smoking signs inside of them because, if there's somebody in there who has, like, how do you say it? Who has, like, a certain, like, they can't breathe in certain things, that could be really dangerous because an elevator is a small space, there's no way, like, I don't know how to say it, but elevators are small. Like this elevator, right? I mean, it's just illegal to smoke in elevators because it can also interfere with the elevator too, right? And even after the elevator opens up after you have smoked, it can still smell like smoke, and it can affect people's lungs. That's what it does. It affects people's lungs sometimes when maybe someone else doesn't do it, but they get on the elevator with somebody who does do it, and it affects their lungs whenever they, that person does it. So, I mean, I'm not going to explain it that far, but it's just, you're not allowed to smoke in elevators because it is a small space. Some people do have certain things where they can't be they can't, do certain things, like, but if it's allergic, they're allergic to something, or they can't breathe in certain things, So that's why there's no smoking sign in the elevator because, it can interfere with so many things with the elevator, whether it's per passenger who's riding with that passenger who's smoking, or if it's with the elevator. But it's hard to explain the rest of it, but I'm just explaining what I know already. But anyways, moving on from that. Now, Jared, here's your indicator. That's what it looks like when it's going down and things setting up. There's the front of it, right there. The other elevator looks identical to this one. Texture, texture, texture. Now, yeah, I think they should take this away and take that away, because I don't even know what that is. And just have no ceiling tiles in here. They probably look better, though, without ceiling tiles, like I said earlier. Again, there's the cab, and there's your door edge right there. That's all original. Of course, the door edge is all original. There's a FedEx truck. Now, can I show you guys something really cool about this elevator? This ain't for this elevator, though, because the machine room's up on the second floor in the laundry room. Now, for the other elevator, though, guess where the machine room is? This is just for the north elevator. The north elevator is just similar to the south tower elevator. There's a ThyssenKrupp truck. But the machine room is up on the second floor. For the north tower, it's on the first floor. And guess what? Did you notice something, Jared? An elevator fan and Alex? This elevator, let me ask you this. Have you guys ever peeked through a window before and saw a hydraulic elevator machine room from that window on the outside of the building? Oh, really? I saw your video of the Oliver Building elevator fan. Yeah. Those are actually Westinghouse, and then they got modernized by Otis. Or maybe they were Otis, I don't know. I know they have Elevonic equipment on them, though, on the high-rise cars, and then the low-rise cars have something else. The high freight is a geared machine, and the low freight is a winding drum machine, side-mounted, and then the new freight is the only hydraulic elevator in the building. So, there's some little facts for you there. That's all I know for the Oliver Building. That's all I know. Okay? We're not talking about the Oliver Building right now. We're talking about this building right here. You can actually see the elevator machine room from the outside of the building on a north car. See that? There's a hydraulic tank right there my arrow is. Okay? Your overload is in there, which makes the elevator run up, because there's a gear that makes the elevator run up. Did you guys know that? Oh. Oh, we're not going to talk about if it's in service or not anymore. We're talking about this right now. We're not talking about downtown Pittsburgh. What do you mean? What do you mean by regular standard lights? Do you mean like, you know, where it's not, you can't see it from outside the building through the window? Oh. Oh, you're talking about the low freight. About it not being in service? I don't believe you on that. Because that thing is used quite often, probably. We're not going to talk about that on this stream now, because it's probably more private information. Plus, we're getting a little off topic, by the way. So, yeah, this elevator, you can't see the second elevator machine now, because that's in the south tower. Laundry room up on the second floor. That one has a black machine. So that one, I mean, both elevators are alike, okay, but they don't have the same machines on them now. And the valves are replaced at different times too. Now it's kind of funny because this elevator here was installed in 1971. This is in the North Tower, and I'll go ahead and show it. Yep, that's what I thought a regular standard elevator. Now this elevator is an open window machine room. You know, you can actually see the elevator machine room from outside the building. Pretty interesting. I don't think you guys have ever seen an elevator machine room and actually see it from the outside of the building. And here is the elevator that we just saw its machine room for. This is the north elevator. You can tell that there's no 5 on this one. That's another difference on this elevator. And this one was installed in 1971, not 1972 like the South Tower one. There's a cab. It has a camera and it has brighter lighting inside of it. Got your safety edge. There's your fixtures. There's no down arrow on this one. Oh no, this one actually has a different Canton elevator manufacturing plate on it. See? There's another difference right there. This one has a different manufacturing logo on it. I do love that call button too, and I actually love this elevator. And I kind of know it's funny about these elevators right here. And I know I've told you this already, Jared. These elevators these are not Canton elevator parts. What happens is the Canton elevator company, I don't know if it's a president or if it's a vice president or something like that, what they do is they go to these other vendors, these other elevator companies, and they buy the parts off of them. And they take the parts to the job site, and they, you know, and it's not the person who they're buying the parts off who installs it. It's actually Canton Elevator themselves who installs the elevators, the elevators with the parts they got from the other vendors. So these are not Canton Elevator, all kinds of different elevator parts right here from other companies. Even the machines, you know, they just carve their names on them, as you can tell, right there. They don't do it on the machines, though. See, there's the indicator in this one. It doesn't have a 5. This is a north elevator, which was installed in 1971, while the other elevator was installed in 1972 in the south tower. That other part was added on 1 year later after this part opened. These are dry-powered hydraulics, by the way, with a, like, you know, F-sharp motor on them. They run pretty well. There's a call station up on one of the floors. You don't see these buttons that much. Hey, TXMN. That is a really cool elevator. It was installed in, one elevator was installed in 1971, and the other elevator was installed in 1972 by Canton Elevator, Southeastern. So what happens is Canton Elevator goes to these vendors. The company goes to these vendors and buys parts off of them, And then the company goes to the job site and they install the elevator with the parts they got off from the vendors or the other elevator company. So yeah. But this is, like I said, is a 1971 Canton right here in the South Tower. And then the other one is a 1972 Canton in the North Tower. Or, I'm sorry, in the South Tower. This is the North elevator right here. The South Tower elevator has the machine room on the second floor. This elevator, which is the North elevator, has the machine room on the first floor outside the building. And you can actually see it through the window. You want to see a TXMN really quick? The machine room for the North elevator right here? I'm going to show it to you really quick. Or no, I'll show it later. There's your call button. There's a Canton elevator. See? Canton. These were added on, obviously, like, whenever they did building renovations in, like, 2010 or 2011. Actually, maybe 2010, because I remember coming here in 2010, and they had these. So, yeah. Or wait a minute, no. They had the wall shows, but they didn't have these in 2010. These were probably put on in, like, 2015 or 2016, I don't know. But they are really loud, though, and they probably do not hook up to the elevators either. There's your down call button for the North Tower. Button lit up. Let's head over to the other elevator now. There's a Spectator Advance. Yeah, this is all added on in like 2009 or 2010. But the ceiling shows were added on about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. This is the South Tower elevator right here. Sure, I'll show it as soon as we're done with this elevator right here. So this is the South Tower elevator right here. There's no 5th floor. This elevator's from 1972, while the other elevator's from 1971. This is actually added on. This building was added on 1 year after the first building was built. This is the South Tower right here. That was the North Tower we just saw. I mean, we're probably going to raise the building up 1 more floor from the 4th floor, but that never happened now. Probably because the other building only had 4 floors. So they decided not for this building to have 5 floors because it wouldn't make any sense and it wouldn't even look right. Well, thanks for the tip. Ooh, insects. Bedbug alert. I will say this. Most of these apartment complexes in Steubenville do have bedbugs. There's other ones, too, that have bedbugs as well. You got to be careful. I do not know what kind of buttons those are, but I do know that this thing is really old. One's from 1971 and the other one's from 1972. There's a cab in the other one. You can tell there's some ceiling that they need to take away that ceiling tile right there to make it look better. There's your door safety edge, metal bumper. There's your car station with that down arrow that was going to be the 5th floor. See? And then right here, see it says south right there. There's your indicator. And then right here, there's the front of it. Up. Now this is the laundry room right here. And right behind that door is where all the magic happens with a South Tower car. Yeah, it's also kind of funny too, because these also have an interesting, setup on them. Because one machine room is on the 1st floor in the North Tower, and the other machine room is on the 2nd floor in the South Tower. There's your call station on the 2nd floor. I know, but I think the building residents who don't have enough sense in themselves need to read those signs. There's the elevator on the 2nd floor. Push both buttons there so we can see them lighting up, both of them. That 4th floor call station looks a little, yeah. Kind of hard with the door equipment to take pictures of it. Here's your interlock. This is a GAO interlock, actually. This is an older GAO interlock. Yes, this is a GAL elevator. It has GAL door equipment on it, and possibly GAL fixtures. But Canton Elevator was the one who installed it. They got the GAL parts off of another elevator company, and they installed them whenever these elevators were installed in 1971 and 1972. The hydraulic valve was replaced on both of them in one year, 2005, and the other year, 2006. Yes, buttons and door equipment. You're exactly right, TXMN. Canton Elevator actually installed it. ThyssenKrupp replaced the valve on them, on both of the cars. Of course, we already talked about the no smoking, which is hard to explain. So, yeah, smile. What did you do? That's obviously needs to get out of there at some point because it looks really hideous. 25,000 pounds. Now, this one has a different manufacturing plate than the other one, as you can see. See, Canton Elevator carves their names on these. They go to the vendors and buy the parts, and then they take them to the job site and then put them in, and then carve their names on it. There is no 5th floor, 4 floors. Remember what I said before about the building and how the other building was. The North Tower is only 4 floors. And in the South Tower would have been 5 floors, but it never happened. It would have been raised up one more floor from the 4th floor. It had 5 floors, but it probably wouldn't make any sense as the other building is 4 floors and not 5 floors. It also wouldn't look right either. So there are your buttons again. One's lit up. All the floors are lit up now except for the textures. Now look at that old fire alarm pull station right there. That's really neat. Very classic. 7 with the standard electric alarm bell too. Those of you who like fire alarms. That is a smoke catch, I think, for the elevator, but I'm not quite sure though. All right, so as promised, I showed the machine for the North elevator. The South elevator has a black machine, but the North elevator has a silver machine. A tin machine, actually, like every other elevator has. Oh. You already knew that about the door equipment ECI and stuff. So, guys, here is the machine for the North elevator. Like I said, the North elevator machine is on the 1st floor, and the South Tower elevator machine is up on the 2nd floor in the laundry room. So there's your hydraulic tank right there, and then there's your overload box right there. You guys know what the overload box does? Who can remember what the overload box does on the elevator, on a hydraulic elevator? Does anybody remember what it does? The overload box on the elevator, on a hydraulic elevator? I think I already said this, but I want to see if you guys remember. Okay, I have no idea. So the overload box makes the elevator run up. You know, it makes the that little the wheel go up. That's what the overload box does. I actually have one. No. Well, you're close, TXMN, but it actually makes it run up to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floor. You know? The release is when it runs down. Okay? I'm still learning elevators right now. And, it takes time. But I already know that a hydraulic elevator. Here's how the South Tower elevator works. Here's what he told me, the ThyssenKrupp guy. Here's some facts for you. But we already know the overload box runs it up, makes the elevator go up. The release is what makes it go down, but I'm still learning on what the release is called. You see, the hydraulic fluid, the hydraulic fluid actually goes into the hydraulic ram. Did you guys know that? The hydraulic fluid goes into the hydraulic ram from the pipe in the second floor machine room down into the hydraulic ram. Did you guys know that? Wow, you've been studying elevators for years and you didn't even know that. So, like, basically, what happens is the hydraulic oil in a tank goes into the pipe. It goes into the pipe and into the hydraulic ram in the elevator shaft. Did you know that? You already knew that? Well, you probably didn't know what the hydraulic valve is, did you? Uh-oh, someone wrote to me. So basically, correct me if I'm wrong, I sometimes forget what the ThyssenKrupp technician tells me about these hydraulic things in the elevators. So, again, correct me if I'm wrong. So, the hydraulic valve is a fluid-driven pistol mounted in. I know it's mounted into the cylinder, right? It's mounted into the cylinder. I already know that, right? So, you got your elevator car, and you got your piston, and you got your cylinder. And the valve is connected to the pump. So what happens is you got your tank, and then inside the tank you have your pump. So inside this hydraulic tank right here that you see, right inside the tank is a pump that's way down below. In both of them. And the pump, the valve is connected to the pump, and the valve controls the oil fluid, basically, that leads into the piston in the cylinder, right? So you already know what the valve is? Okay. I just wanted to. So am I correct on that? Oh, TXMN. Call station. Here's an epic fail. Look what I saw down at 213 one day. But am I wrong, TXMN? If I'm wrong, then that's okay. I'm still learning. I'm still learning about the hydraulic tank right now. Yeah. But this is what I saw down at 213 one day. Now, I was pretty mad that I couldn't get the whole thing. But that is an Otis fan. And I don't know if I'll ever see that again, but he was going pretty fast. I don't know why. Probably wasn't from around here and he was lost or something and he had to get to a call. So, yeah. Maybe he'll come again soon. Who knows? But anyways, here's the Gaylord Towers right here. And like I said before, guess who maintains the Gaylord Towers? That's the building right there. It's an 8 stories. That's 8 stories. But guess who maintains them? That's right. And there's the elevator right there. Now, there's 2 elevators in this building. You're probably wondering, what kind of traction machines do these have? Well, allow me to show you what kind of traction machines they have. There it is. There's your traction machine. Wait a minute. This ain't just any traction machine. You're probably thinking, This is a tractrolic or hydraulic. High hydraulic. This is an 8-story high hydraulic or tractrolic Dover car. It's actually 2 of them. So there's your machine right there for the A elevator, which is the, I believe this is the one for the little one, the small one without the rear door. And then this one, oh, here's what the big one looks like. It has a security camera. Textures, there's your indicator, 8-story tractrolic, hydraulic. Yep. They maintain all the Jefferson County Metropolitan Housing Authority elevators except for one, which is at Jefferson Place. This is 8 stories. There, here. There's your buttons. You can't get to 1R unless you have a key. There's your up and down lanterns inside. These are installed in 1978 to 1979. But again, these are really loud, dry-powered hydraulics. The maximum floor for a hydraulic elevator is 8 stories. But you know what's kind of funny? Oh, he didn't have any service on this app. But you know what's kind of funny? There's actually a 13-story hydraulic elevator somewhere in the United States. In a skyscraper. It goes from, it's actually an observation deck with a restaurant. Can anyone, now let's see if you guys remember this one here. There's a skyscraper in the United States with a 13-story hydraulic, a big hydraulic car. That's sort of a observation deck restaurant. Can you guys remember the name of that place I mentioned earlier? With that 13-story hydraulic and an observation deck restaurant skyscraper? Because it doesn't make any sense. But it's fast, though. But the maximum amount of force is 8. This is the back of this one. There's a machine for the little one, I think. I'm not so sure.
You did it over the plate so you don't get crumbs everywhere.
There's some big machines.
Yeah. You say something? Huh? Oh.
That's right, Alex. That is a 13-story Minnesota hydraulic. That's too. I think that's the only hydraulic elevator in the United States that serves 13 floors. Pretty crazy. You don't see that at all, only in that Whiskey Blue right there in Atlanta. And I think it's like 10 or 11 years old, too. Could have been easily made traction, but he's a little more stupid to make it hydraulic, I guess, when he first built the place. Kind of makes a little history, too, of hydraulic elevators. But these ones are only 8 floors, and I think, you guys see that up in there? Now, TXMN, this is a pretty big hydraulic machine right here. Do you see it? There's your ThyssenKrupp slip. Now, TXMN, do you know what that is up in there, right there? Up behind that gate? Are you still there, TXMN? No, man, no, these are not. Hey, elevator fan, listen. It's 8 stories. I want you to take a look at something right here. What's that? You know what that is right there, elevator fan? I'm not trying to sound rude, but you know that is elevator fan right there? You said it's traction. Well, believe it or not, Believe it or not, this is an 8-story. That's right, it's an 8-story hydraulic. You see, there's your hydraulic tank right there. There's a pipe that leads, it goes up through goes down under the, it goes down under the machine or through the maintenance shop and into the hydraulic, well, I don't know how it's built. I don't know how this one's built because the machine room is kind of like on the other side from these two hydraulic cars right here. I think that might be the motor inside of there for the elevator car. And your overload somewhere back there. There's Trinity East. And there's a ThyssenKrupp truck. So, yeah, that's the Gaylord Towers. Yeah, that's a hydraulic pump inside behind that gate. That's right. And the valve, the oil goes into the pipe and connects to the hydraulic valve. I mean, to the piston ram inside the elevator. Yes, it's a Dover Blue. Exactly right. It's sold in 1979. Okay? So, there's one more apartment complex that I will show you guys in Steubenville. Actually, two more. This one right here is another record breaker. You know what? This one here is actually a little more interesting than the one we just saw at the Gaylord Towers. Because look at this one. It was on August 12th, my bad. That is the Moosley elevator, but we'll not look at that right now. Maybe in another stream or two. That is a rack and pinion wheelchair lift, and that's a chair lift right there. And that's in the Masonic Temple building. But look what they have in the Jefferson Place. That's right, they got an Otis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6, a 7, and an 8, and a 9. It's a 9-story Otis. But I said this one was more interesting than the one at the Gaylord Towers. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. So the Gaylord Towers, oh yeah, the Violet building is from 1979 too, huh? That's pretty cool. But on this building here has a 9-story Otis. And I'm saying that, and I'm referring it to the Gaylord Towers. Why is that? Because this ain't just any Otis traction elevator. That's right. This ain't even a traction elevator at all. You know what this is? This is a 9-story hydraulic. Did you guys notice that? This elevator is a 9-story hydraulic. This is probably one of the tallest hydraulic elevators in Jefferson County. I'm sorry, but it is. It's 9 stories. If it was 10 stories, then that'd be weird. That'd be even weirder. Or 11 stories. But the reason for it being hydraulic is because the total travel feet of it doesn't travel that high. It only travels about 48 feet. So that's why it's hydraulic, because it only travels 48 feet. Because each level in this building it's not that high, So that's why, therefore, this is a hydraulic elevator, because it only travels 48 feet, and the ceilings are not that big on each of the floors. Okay, elevator fan. Hi. Yeah, I saw you, Alex. 9-story. That's a fixture on it. Excuse me, I mean it. I'll see you tomorrow, elevator fan. But yeah, this is a 9-story hydraulic elevator, Alex. If it was 10 stories, then that'd be even more interesting. But this is the tallest elevator or the tallest hydraulic elevator in Jefferson County. The tallest elevator in Jefferson County is at the Chase Tower, with 500 feet per minute, 13-story Otis cars. No, Westinghouse cars that Otis modernized out. Moving on. They don't really care if you're in this building as long as you're not doing anything wrong. So back of it, here's your call station on the first floor. Huh. It's kind of funny that this thing was installed in 2003 and it has like the buttons were pushed in on it and not pushed out. Oh, SBC Canton. Hey, SBC Canton. I found something pretty cool in the Turner Towers on the internet about their elevators. Those things are a real pain in the elevator. Uh-oh. Well, I worry about that later on now. Found the first to find one in Ohio. I'll make history. But there's your call station on 1. Indicator. Ugh. There's the front of it on 1. It only opens up on certain floors on the rear door. Most of the other floors open up on the front. ESL fire alarm. Okay. Fire alarm. 2R. The 2R is one of the floors that opens up on the rear side. So 2. 4. And I think 5 is where it opens up on the rear side. And 2. I know, right? It's quite amazing that this thing is hydraulic for 9 stories. The tallest hydraulic in Jefferson County. It's the 8th floor. Like I told Alex, it's only 48 feet, so that's why it's hydraulic. Four R. Now, hey, look at this. Oop. These are all your fronts. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know why I pushed all those. Hello, what's this? I don't care about that. Oh, this is where the ballroom floor is. See? Yeah, nice little ballroom in here. There's a scooter over there. Look at this place. This is really neat. Aww. Hey. Hey, did I tell you guys the Sears in the Southern Park Mall is closing? Oh. 2. There's the other side. That's not where the elevator is, right behind me. There's the elevator right there. What floor was it on that I found that? Ballroom, so I can remember it next time I go there. Was it 6? I can't read that. I think it says 5. Yeah, it says 5, I think, on it. This is a great place to have parties, so if you live here. Oh, hey, Jim Lee Elevators, what are you doing here? Welcome aboard, man. I don't think you ever joined our live stream before, haven't you? Yeah, welcome, Jim Lee Elevators. We're looking at a really high hydraulic right now. This is a 9-story Otis hydraulic. The travels only 48 feet. Want to hit the buttons? And since you're here, Jim, why not show a vintage elevator? Oh, no text, but see, Jim, this is a 9-story hydraulic. But each floor has a low ceiling and it only travels 48 feet, so that's why it's hydraulic. Well, look what I saw in Steubenville one day. That's right, I saw a taxi cab. That was weird. And I saw he was 9. So, yeah. That's it for Jefferson Place. And Jim, sorry, I have a mouthful. Jim, since you're here. Oh, you never, well, there you go. You got to see a 9-story Otis hydraulic. One of the tallest hydraulic elevators in Jefferson County. Actually, the tallest hydraulic elevator in Jefferson County, I mean. Jim, I have a surprise for you. I think you're going to love it. You'll love this, Jim. Have you ever been to a Hampton Inn before, Jim? I know you've probably been to a Hampton Inn, but have you ever been to a Hampton Inn before? Now, hold on. Have you ever been to a Hampton Inn before? And your life with these fixtures on an elevator? Here it is. In a Hampton Inn in St. Clairsville. I swear it is at the Hampton Inn in St. Clairsville. Look at this. Jim, what do you think? Yeah, wow, SBC Canton is right. Well, Jim, there you go. There's a Hampton Inn in St. Clairsville with an original Canton hydraulic. See that? Canton elevators. But that's actually, these are not actually Canton fixtures and stuff, you know? They actually went to, what happens is, they go to vendors or elevator companies and they buy the fixtures off of them. And then they go to the job site and put the fixtures in. As Canton elevators. That's a little fun fact for you if you didn't know that. 1973, Jim. We didn't see that coming. I know you didn't. But yeah, it's from 1973, Jim. 45 years old. It hasn't been modernized yet. When the hotel was renovated in 2004, this thing was left alone. It's 3 stories. There's your up and down things. That's how I roll. There's your call station with your 1, 2, and free. Very unique for a Hampton Inn. There's your elevator. So, yeah. Oh, wow. I don't think it's ever going to get modernized unless something comes up. As like Otis wants to do it. Or, if something happens to it, or if Otis, or if, it all depends on what the management wants to do, basically. But I don't think they're going to do anything to it for a long time. So, you probably won't have to worry about it, though. be more, at least for another maybe 10 or 11 years. That's what I guess. And then I have one more thing I'd like to show you. And June,
I know you love this, Jim.
we're at the Eastern Pool City Hospital, Jim. Okay. Now, that Canton hydraulic was the first thing that was epic and pretty unique, right? Now, we're at the Eastern Pool City Hospital. And the oldest part, which opened in 1930. And in the part, you're about to see one of the most coolest things at the Eastern Pool City Hall ever since I was 7. I have absolutely adored it. There it is. Look at this thing. This thing is here at the Eastern Pool City Hospital in the 1930 wing. This is unique for a small hospital. This is beyond bizarre. My question is, out of seeing it, does it still run? Shall we go find out? Oh yeah, it still runs. Look at this thing. I'm pretty sure the call stations have been updated, but look at the inside. Wow, look at this thing. I cannot believe it that this hospital has been through several renovations, even in this wing. And to tell me they left this elevator untouched. Those up and down ones are what levels it up and down, if you're wondering what those are for. But yeah, you probably never seen this coming too, Jim or SBC, at the Eastern Pool City Hospital. Just look at this thing. This thing reminds me of Battle Hall almost at UT Austin, but no, it's a little different than that. The gate is electric. Isn't Battle Hall's gate electric too, Jim? Seen the video of this elevator? Thanks. It is a cool. Oh, you're like, wow, what? FBC? Yeah, this is at the Eastern Pool City Hospital. And hey, Altman Hospital doesn't even have any elevators like this. All the elevators there are automatic. None of them are like gated or anything like that. Oh, so they do have some similarities on the elevator at Battle Hall and the one at Eastern Pool. They both have an electric gate, and they're both from the 1930s. So there you go. 25,000 pounds. There's your Otis plate. Does this have the Otis plate inside of Battle Hall too, Jim? Or oh, it's got the big buttons. But hey, does it have the Otis plate inside Battle Hall too, Jim? Oh, thought so. Here it is on here's the front of it. That's what it looks like when it's moving. That's what levels it up and down. It was not leveled right properly. There's your Otis plate. These are door restrictors, I think, right here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry to hear that, SBC. When was that? Or those door hangers or something on the things I'm showing right there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Either restrictors or hangers. That you just saw in that photo. Alright. I've been there 3 times. One time I went there for a reason, and the other time was just to see those 3 1945 Otis cars. Yeah, I think these are like door hangers. Yeah, they're door hangers. They're not pre-Lexan, Alex. You want to know what it has inside of it? You haven't seen all of it yet, Alex. You just saw that. Look at this. We call that pre-Lexan. It is famous, though. There's your Otis on the thing there coming. Oh. I was there a month after you were on August 3rd. Did you get to ride any elevators when you were there? SPC, like the parking elevator, the walkway elevator, anything like that? I know you got to park at the parking garage, or you can sometimes park at the Bedford building too, on Tuscarora Street. And then you do, it's called valet parking. You know, they park your car for you in the parking garage elevator up to the second floor walkway that goes into the main building. Excuse me, the Bedford building is state of the art. It opened up in 2005 or 2006 was when the Bedford building opened. And those are Gen 2s, I think. I'm not so sure. There's 6 of them over there. He has some big elephant cars, too. And here's a gate inside of it, Alex. So it's an electric gate, and it has these up and down things. So, yeah. So that's the East Circle Hospital. And now, since SBC is here, I'll try and show the Altman Hospital really quick before we go. Look at this. We have an Otis at Altman Hospital. See, an Otis. But unfortunately, the cab was redone. What glass elevators? Those are not glass, SVC. Those are actually, those could have been easily made glass, though, but they are, it is an electric. That's right, Alex. It's a pinch hazard, too, so you got to be really careful with it. 1930 overhead traction, Alex. But SVC can't. Those could have easily been made glass. But they aren't. Are these the elevators you're talking about, SVC? That's just the old elevator in the older wing. That's the Houghton elevator. I'm not going to go over these elevators again. But awesome elevator, though, Alex. I'll be more glad to show you one. Right here. in the McKinley building at Altman Hospital, right where the cafeteria is, right? Got your old brake light buttons. One of the best traction motors ever. Otis plate, 4,000-pound capacity, 26 passengers. Your phone, front of it. Oh, you gotta love this elevator right here, because this thing's all original to the building. But no. SPC, these could have been easily made glass. See the atrium right here, SPC? What? Did we just hit it, guys? Guys, I just want to thank all of you guys so much. You guys have been a big inspiration to me for these last 3 years. And look what happened. We just reached 300 subscribers. I don't know what to say, but I just want to thank all of you for that. That is so awesome. On our live stream, we hit 300 subscribers. I just want to thank all of you guys so much for 300 subscribers. I'm going to make a video right away after this live stream. Guys, I just want to thank all of you so much for 300 subscribers and 180 views. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. You guys are truly an inspiration to me in my channel and a big support for me. I just want to thank all of you guys so much for 300 subscribers. You guys are such a big inspiration, and I don't know what I'd do without you guys. You guys have really supported me these last 3 years and have watched my videos and liked them and commented on them and have joined my live streams. I just want to thank all of you for 300 subscribers. It's such a big honor right now that we've reached 300 subscribers. I've waited for this moment. It must have been God. Thank God it's there. I just want to thank all of you. You guys are truly an inspiration. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Guys, this is a big honor. I just want to thank all of you so much from the bottom of my heart for 300 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. I want you guys to give yourself a pat on the back. This is a big moment for me. And it is just a big honor to be able to upload videos for you guys to see and be interested in what you see and learn more from what I filmed. And where we are right now, I just want to thank all of you for 300 subs. And just for that, I have a big special I'm going to upload. But it really means a lot to me, guys, so I just want to thank all of you for that. So what should we do to celebrate it? Okay, SPC, I will, but I just want to thank all of you for subscribing to me and supporting me. You guys made it. You guys have gotten me to 300 subscribers. I never thought this would happen tonight, but it did. You guys are truly an inspiration to me. I will ride an antique elevator, for sure. And it will be really nice. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go now so I can get my 300 subscriber special ready. But it's been nice talking to all of you. And I will do this again on Friday. Again, I just want to thank all of you so much. From the bottom of my heart, honestly, for getting us to where we are, to our goal, to 300 subs. You guys, I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done it without you guys, you know. You guys have really supported me these last 3 years. You've watched my videos, you've liked them, you've commented on them, and it's been such a big inspiration to me and my channel. And I want to continue to do that for you guys. I just want to thank all of you again for 300 subscribers. I want to thank all of your friends and your family members for subscribing to me, or whomever it was. I just want to thank all of you. It's a big honor. You know, it's excellent, and I don't know how to do it without you guys. So I just want to thank all of you guys so much for 300 subscribers, and I just want to continue to do this. Our next goal is 400. Let's see if we get there. I'm sure we will, because I know I'm going to be a big inspiration for the future. I have a big plan for the future and everything on my channel, and I can't do it without you guys. So I just want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for getting us up to 300 subscribers. So it's a big honor. Well, with that being said, I think I'm going to end the live stream now. And especially to you, SBC, you've gone to Sarah SBC Canton. I want to thank all of SBC's friends for subscribing to me. It really means a lot. I don't know what I'd do without you guys, without all of you guys who are watching this, or to all of you who've been watching my channel for these last 3 years. I can't do this without you guys, so I just want to thank all of you for getting us up to 300 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. So I'm going to end the live stream now. God bless all of you. And when we come back Friday, we're going to do something pretty special to reach 200 subscribers. So with that being said, peace out, guys. God bless all of you. Good night.